Nootropics information. Aniracetam. Type, racetam. Best use, anxiety. Half-life, 2.5 hours. Typical dose, 750 mg. Stack, Alpha GPC, CDP choline, MindLab Pro. Summary: Aniracetam is a multipurpose nootropic that provides several benefits. It produces remarkable anxiolytic effects, thereby improving cognition and enhancing mood by ridding anxieties. It also sharpens focus, increases verbal fluency, information processing, as well as expands the brain's capability of digesting and processing information. Furthermore, it produces sense of clarity and well-being. Table of contents. 1. Introduction. 2. Benefits and effects. 3. Mechanism of action. 4. Dosage. 5. Aniracetam stack. 6. Side effects. 7. Conclusions. 8. User experience. Introduction. Aniracetam, systematically known as N-anisoyl-2-pyrrolidinone, and trade names Ampamid, Memedrin, and Pergamid, is an invention from the 1970s which has been since standing as one of the most popular racetams. It is more potent than piracetam, the original racetam that led to the invention of the large family of racetams that exists today. However, aniracetam and piracetam work in different fashions, respectively. Aside from being a best-selling across racetams on many vendor websites, it's also peaking among the most expensive ones. The majority of individuals using aniracetam, myself included, report its anxiolytic and mood-enhancing effects as remarkable, profound, and most noticeable. The majority of individuals using aniracetam report its anxiolytic and mood-enhancing effects as remarkable, profound, and most noticeable. Furthermore, notable is the increase in social and verbal confidence as well as improvement of verbal fluency. Both advantages are likely to the anxiety-relieving characteristic of aniracetam. In individuals with generalized and social anxieties, the effects are profound, relaxing and relieving anxiety levels to a significant degree due to feeling the overall mood enhancement and worrying less about random thoughts such as ones that are unchangeable. Freeing the accumulated anxiety leads to make space available for better, positive thoughts, thus leading to an open and welcoming approach to situations as well as human connections. Aniracetam anti-anxiety and mood-enhancing properties, strong cognitive improvements, and its minimal side effects, has made it one of the most popular nootropics. Besides improving mood and reducing anxiety, it also promotes creativity, verbal fluency, and memory. Although immediate effects from taking aniracetam are notable, the most significant improvements are notable after a prolonged period of daily consumption. Benefits and effects. Aniracetam improves memory. In 2 different rodent studies, aniracetam proved to improve behavioral performance, and even reverse memory loss. In the second study on rodents, aniracetam improved amnesia-like memory loss that was a result of sleep deprivation. Aniracetam provides neuroprotection. Aniracetam acts as a neuroprotectant for brain cells. It helps to protect the brain damage that occurs from external influences. Furthermore, it assists in reversing brain damage caused by excessive alcohol consumption. Aniracetam heightens focus and concentration. Aniracetam is remarkable in heightening concentration and focus. It exhibits effects such as increasing noradrenaline release in the brain, which is the reason for the stimulating effect of cognition boost as well as in concentration and focus. Aniracetam relieves anxiety. Aniracetam shows strengths in reducing anxiety. Studies show that it affects anxiety by increasing social interactions and improving performance in fear and stress tests. With an increase in serotonin and dopamine, individuals feel a noticeable reduction in anxiety, thus becoming a general anxiety-relieving agent. Although there are studies that support and verify this process, it is also useful to read personal experiences from Reddit and longevity communities, where many reports it being far better than piracetam, coluracetam, phenylpiracetam and similar nootropics in the field of anxiety reduction. Aniracetam relieves depression symptoms. It's been proved to be useful as an antidepressant in rodent studies. In Japan, it has been used to treat stroke, depression, and anxiety. The release of dopamine and serotonin enhances mood and associating positive feelings. The impact of aniracetam on AMPA receptors help with easing depression rising from cognitive degeneration conditions such as Parkinson's disease. The effects of aniracetam on depression are a result of the increase in acetylcholine and dopaminergic receptor stimulation. Improves memory and learning capacity. One of the main advantages of using aniracetam is the profound findings on memory improvement and expansion of learning capacity. It enhances the formation of memories as well as the consolidation. Aniracetam increases the blood flow in the brain's frontal cortex. The primary function of the frontal cortex is assisting in holistic thinking and the ability to form and connect ideas and thoughts. A study on the cognitive function of rodents observes that it also helps in improving parts of the memory and learning to promote an increase in productivity and task completion, which also assists individuals with ADHD. Aniracetam supports Alzheimer's. Aniracetam is helpful for elderly individuals. A study on patients with Alzheimer's-related dementia found a significant improvement in comparison to another group receiving high doses of piracetam. Over a year period, individuals receiving aniracetam showed higher cognitive function abilities and an increase in overall emotional stability. Studies show the likelihood of aniracetam as a preventative as well as a remedy for Alzheimer and disorders that result from central nervous system damage. Additional benefits of aniracetam. Aniracetam is said to promote and improve REM stage sleep according to the study. Mechanism of action. Aniracetam is fat-soluble, which means the compound breaks down at a slow pace, thereby extending its effect. It has a half-life of 3 hours. Its pyrrolidinone structure makes it fall into the group of racetams. It's one of the most common structures when it comes to this class of drugs. It has an additional methoxy group with an anisole ring at the para position. It is absorbed and metabolized in less than 30 minutes, thereby rapidly crossing the blood-brain barrier. Although not all of its mechanisms are understood, an extensive amount of research compiling on aniracetam, and they hint that it works by modulating the following. Glutamate neurotransmission. Aniracetam is essential in improving information and memory retention because of its effectiveness in transmitting glutamate. This neurotransmitter is vital in the activation of neurons. The glutamate receptors connect strongly with storage of information and preservation of memory. Aniracetam has a long-term effect on improving neuroplasticity. Dopaminergic neurotransmission. In rodents, the oral ingestion of 50 mg per kilogram has effects of minimizing the rates of dopamine in the striatum and decreasing dopamine rates in the striatum and hypothalamus. The levels of serotonin reduce in the hypothalamus but add in the striatum and cortex, where it decreases hypothalamus turnover and increases brainstem, striatum, and cortex turnover. Acetylcholine neurotransmission. Aniracetam has effects of improving the cognitive functions by enhancing the action throughout. This is important in attention span, memory, and learning speed. It works by associating to acetylcholine receptors, stopping receptor desensitization and endorsing the synaptic discharge of acetylcholine. Dosage. Pro tip: pair with 300 mg of alpha-GPC to potentiate effects and prevent side effect like headaches. How to take: aniracetam has a short half-life of about 1 to 3 hours. Therefore, many users advise to take it in 2 to 3 doses throughout the day to prolong the effect. I only take one 750 mg dose in the morning and am satisfied with this regime. Aniracetam powder form is also available, though not as in favor as the capsule form due to its strong, bitter taste. The recommended as well as typical dosage is 750 to 1500 mg, subjective to the individual. Taking smaller doses of as little as 400 mg has been found to be effective. Hence, it is wise to start at the lowest effective dose and build up from there as desired. Aniracetam stack. Best aniracetam stack for working. For work as well as learning, Aniracetam can produce remarkable benefits and effects when taken alongside other nootropics and supplements. It goes without a saying that stacking Aniracetam with a choline source like citicoline or alpha-GPC is a must. Leaving the potentiating effect aside, what makes it a must is the fact that many racetams work by utilizing the acetylcholine levels in the brain. Once acetylcholine is utilized and starts getting to a low or depletion levels, the user would then feel a headache. And depending on what racetam did you take and at which dose, it can be a very nasty one. Aside from that, it really works as a great potentiator. You will feel like both nootropics are working at a better level. Another nootropic that I like to stack with citicoline and aniracetam is lion's mane mushroom. Although many don't feel an onset effect, I find that it works very well in that stack even if I am taking it on random basis. Often, I would only use the stack for the days where I have to go to work early and know that I will be there all day from 8 to 4. Or maybe 9 to 3, but you get my point. On the same occasion, I would also take N-acetyl L-tyrosine 350 mg. I found that it helps me tremendously in keeping myself working on an ongoing task rather than taking 5 minutes break every 2 minutes. I am ADHD, and NALT has been one of the greatest discoveries for me in that regard. It also lets me focus better. If I have time to have coffee before heading out, I would also add L-theanine to the stack. The synergizing effect of caffeine and L-theanine is one of my favorites, and now seems old school combos. Last but anything from being least, acetyl L-carnitine, Alcar. When I first started experimenting with it, I found it very effective on me and was taking 500 mg 3 times a day. Eventually though, I was developing a weird allergy-like symptoms as well as feeling light, needle-like numbing in random parts of my body. I can't blame it on Alcar just like that, but after a while of carefully observing, I noticed that it had almost disappeared since I lowered the dosage to 0 for a while, and then got back to taking 500 mg per day only. Now when I think about it, I did not get those symptoms pretty much since that time. Interesting note to self. So in a morning where I am going to be at work all day, which is a massive corporation that drains me sometimes, this would be my stack. Aniracetam 750 mg. Alpha-GPC 300 mg. Lion's mane mushroom 500 mg. N-acetyl L-tyrosine 350 mg. Acetyl L-carnitine 500 mg. Caffeine 100 mg. L-theanine 200 mg, if I'm having coffee. Of course, the stack is ever changing, but when it comes to Aniracetam, I remember that stack being one I liked and found to be very effective on me. It made me focused at work, energized throughout the day, especially on days where I also took adrafinil, diminished my occasional social anxiety, and made me very productive at my job. Every now and then, I would take a 15 to 20 mg of Nookt and take it after lunch break, not that I have lunch during those breaks, I'm just drawing the timing picture here, to get a little boost and prolong the effects of all the above. Best Aniracetam stack for anxiety or stress. Another Aniracetam stack that I really like for either when you are running late, I say this mainly for the ADHD readers, I know the struggle very well, or just not in the mood to go after 10 containers getting one pill from each, and rather like the convenience. I often use this one when I am on the go, and it's Aniracetam 750 mg and MindLab Pro, 1 serving, which is a natural nootropic formula consisting of citicoline 250 mg, phosphatidylserine, PS, 100 mg, Bacopa monnieri 150 mg, lion's mane mushroom 500 mg, maritime pine bark extract 75 mg, L-tyrosine 175 mg, L-theanine 100 mg, Rhodiola rosea 50 mg, B6 2.5 mg, B9 100 mg. B12 7.5 mg. It's a very easy and convenient stack. Simply 3 pills and you are good to go. Sometimes I would take another serving of MindLab in the afternoon as needed. The maximum allowance is 2 servings, 4 pills, every 24 hours. I think it's the best nootropic formula in that situation. Note to self, reorder MindLab Pro, you used the last remaining pill today. Side effects. Side effects of supplementing are mild and only occur when consuming high doses. High doses can result in digestive discomfort and nervousness. Headaches are often reported. It is due to lowered acetylcholine levels in the brain due to racetams utilizing them. Therefore, it is almost a rule to pair racetam drugs with a choline source, such as alpha-GPC or CDP choline. Not only will choline prevent or eliminate the headache, but it will also work synergistically together, firing cognitive function. Conclusion. Diverse effects of Aniracetam make it an outstanding nootropic. It promotes calmness and improves mood. Moreover, it enhances performance and reduces social anxiety. It is useful for performing artists, public speaking, and overall anxiety reduction. It has shown positive results on cognitive functions, making learning quicker and more pleasant. Furthermore, it heightens focus and concentration over prolonged periods, making it appealing to students and researchers. Aniracetam users report a boost in creativity and an improvement in visuals and self-awareness. It has proved to offer many advantages taken at recommended doses with infrequent adverse effects. Aniracetam reviews are very encouraging and Reddit experiences will make you want to buy yourself some right away. User experience. Below are a few randomly selected users' experiences from people within the Reddit nootropic community. First user experience. My first Aniracetam trial at only 250 mg made me feel a little out of it for a couple hours, and loopy would probably be the right word had I started out with 3 times that much. This may refer to what is often described as an anxiolytic effect. On the other hand, once this passed, I felt more clear than usual. Others have reported such a biphasic effect as well. There are a number of things you can do, one of which is obviously not to use it again. Others are to try a lower dose, especially to begin with, until you become more accustomed to how it affects you. When you take it matters too, if you get this biphasic effect, then take that into account when timing your use. With some experience, you also may find stacking it with another supplement, for example, phenylpiracetam, helpful. In any case, I always start low when trying anything new, just as a general safety practice and to avoid unpleasant surprises. User, Science Tropic. Second user experience. I've been experimenting with nootropic stacks for a while now and I decided to foray into the racetams. Per Dave Asprey, Bulletproof Exec, I decided to start with Aniracetam because of its comparative potency to other the racetams, as well as its anxiolytic effect. I bought 30g online, I googled and found health supplement wholesalers, fair priced, and immediately noticed several changes in various aspects of my day-to-day life. First and foremost, I have found myself much more resilient to stress than I would normally be. Things that would spin me up in the past are barely even noticeable, and it is exponentially easier to shrug off all but the largest of stressors as if they did not even occur. I have had an elevated mood also. Feelings of happiness and contentment come much more easily to me, and I will catch myself smiling without understanding why. It is a very pleasant change from my previous baseline. I have a much easier time focusing on tasks, and accomplishing goals. My mind feels not only ready, but excited to take on challenges and meet them. Mental plasticity. Mental plasticity is a definite benefit of this product. One of my favorite aspects to this is there is no type of mental fog, but instead complete clarity. I feel very sharp and aware, noticing things about my surroundings that I would not have noticed before. It has even given me a new appreciation for music, as the tranquility and clarity of mind have allowed me to listen and pick out parts of the music that I would never have noticed before. I highly recommend getting some to anyone seeking any or all of these benefits, as everyone I've shared it with has asked me where to buy it for themselves. Pretty excited I found this. I'm anxious to try the other Aniracetams as well. User, Darren RM. Third user experience. Certainly not placebo IMO. I've tried numerous supplements and a couple other nootropics with the same hope that I would be able to make a significant difference, but without any luck. Aniracetam has been the only one to actually provide me with tangible results. But you guys are free to speculate and make your judgments. User, Simplicitia. Nootropics information is a progressive, free reference and resource of credible information on nootropics covering discovery, uses, how-to guides, dosages, and community experiences. Accessible to everyone for free. Copyright 2019 Nootropics Information, nootro.info. Nootropics information does not provide medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.